It is the fact that we can't trust this administration to actually use a scalpel, but instead they love to use a butcher knife on things.
Homan's deporting people. You can't come here and kill people. You can't bring fentanyl, and you can't rape and murder and set people on fire. We're just not fans of that in America anymore. We had a nice little run with it, but we're just over it. Well, of course, it bothers the Democrats because they want Trump to fail, even though, and I would say specifically so, that it would lead to the failure of the United States. My favorite Democrat these days, you know who she is. She's got big eyebrows and a sassy mouth. Yes, that's Jasmine Crockett. She went over on Jake Tapper's show on CNN, and she's very concerned about the criminals who are bringing in the drugs and raping the women. We should really focus on those people, not you.
To deport undocumented Venezuelans that the administration say are dangerous individuals with ties to the gang Tren de Aragua. That gang is obviously associated with a lot of crime, human trafficking, drug dealing, theft, shootings, including in your state of Texas, right outside of your congressional district. Do you agree with this? And if not, what's your issue with the U.S. using any tool at its disposal to remove undocumented violent people from this country?
Well, my argument is that we already have tools that are available to remove undocumented violent people from our country. And so the idea that you want to go into a zombie law, this is kind of like what we saw in Arizona when they decided to revive a zombie law around abortion. It is the fact that we can't trust this administration to actually use a scalpel, but instead they love to use a butcher knife on things. And so giving them this wide latitude to just kind of go across and just claim that anybody is anything is wrong. And so we do have courts, we do have processes, we do have laws, and we should just go ahead and use those. There's a reason that nobody else has decided to go back until into Adam's times in order to try to find ways to make sure that we can keep our country safe.
Yes, meaningless drivel, lady. Oh, if the administration just did it a little bit more like you would like them to do it, then you'd be for them. Of course not. There is nothing that Trump or Tom Homan or Elon Musk or anyone else, there is nothing they could offer them that these people would be like, okay, it's being done the right way, right? So what do? This is the same thing that they're arguing about, about Doge. Oh, if they would have just done it with a bit more of a scalpel, that's literally the word they're using. If it would not be a hatchet, but a scalpel. No, you people have had opportunities to do this for 30 some odd years, and you have not done it, right? If not longer than that, actually. So Trump's going in and they're banging some heads and they're cracking some skulls and they're exposing fraud, and that's what Doge is doing. And what are they doing this way? Yeah, they're using the Alien Enemies Act, because guess what? If you're in MS-13 and if you're raping and with the fentanyl and everything else, you're an enemy. You gotta go. The globalists never stop. Now they're pushing airborne vaccines. No needles, no permission, just exposure. The last administration quietly funded grants for aerosol vaccines, a delivery system that could infect us without consent. Watch this. Millions were forced into the mRNA psyop, and cases of myocarditis, blood clots, and immune damage have skyrocketed. 8 states are in the process of banning these shots. The Trump administration needs to make sure this tyranny hasn't been released on the public. Dr. Peter McCullough and the wellness company created Ultimate Spike Detox with 4 times the nattokinase plus bromelain and curcumin to help break down spike proteins and support your body's natural recovery. Experience the only formula approved and used by Dr. Peter McCullough, a top freedom-fighting cardiologist who risked it all. So head over to twc.health/Rubin and use code Rubin to get 15% off plus free shipping. Again, that's twc.health/Rubin and use code Rubin to get 15% off plus free shipping. Get back to that pre-COVID feeling.